been wonderful. It's been a great thing for me. I'm assuming it's been good for you because you keep doing it, and you return my calls, so that's good. But I really think that it's been really good for Michigan City. It's been a wonderful community-based opportunity, and that's for people to watch. It's great. There's so many things in this area when you watch TV that focus on Chicago, and Chicago is a great city, but we live in Michigan City. And
that's
it's a
true, and many
place.
others will say that too. So. Yeah.
And people just don't take enough time to stop and say, look what we've got.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I think of Kelly Beyer in sort of a humorous, lighthearted way, then I'm going to tell you what I think of her in a serious way. In a lighthearted way, I think that when we did the programs, she just has such a sharp mind. And she can ad-lib, and boy, did she do that over the years. And I remember we were doing a taping one time, and I came up with an idea, and she may not remember. This is one of the last ones we did, and I said, there's a light bulb on up there, and she says, yeah, it's kind of dim. Or I'd be positioning the microphone around at a taping and at Costume World one time, and I said, why don't we put it here or there? She said, well, Bill, why don't we just do this? And she sets the microphone in there, and then she just sees an idea, and I think that just when she's off camera, she's clowning around and fooling around. And she's good for a few stinging remarks. So she's a perfect
All in
foil.
good humor.
She's a perfect foil. I think that one of the things Kelly would have been good at is I think she would have done well at like local community theater. I think she would have done well at comedy, and I think she would have been a good lead. I think she would have been a good lead actress. She just has that mind where I think she just grasps a hold of everything well. She loved to dress up in the costumes. She's a ham and she's a clown. And she just loves to have fun, and that's why it's fun to have her come and be on the programs. And there was, like I said, tons of fooling around and clowning around and mishaps, like the lights, the siren going off, or whatever, the alarm at the the grass skirt, and the things like that. But she did really.
Train going by during baton routines.
Oh, that one, you got me on that one. A train going by?
We were at Dave's Diner. We went to try and twirl, and the train went down the track.
Oh, well.
We're like, okay, we can do that one over.
Oh, geez, maybe that did happen. But she did really well. She was just, like I said, she could ad-lib, and I just think with our situations, that's what she did. So on a more serious level, I really feel that she was a stronger contestant than some of the other young ladies I interviewed with respects to them. I think her interviews were a little more in-depth and detailed. And I think that as a Miss Indiana winner, she would have been there for the people. She would not have been deterred by the almighty dollar. And as Kelly knows, there were a couple of occasions where we had some Miss Indianas that were going to come up here for an engagement. About a week or so, they got a better financial offer and then left us behind and went that way.
Right.
And your backers and your sponsors and the money tends to play a hand. We were disappointed up here because I remember one time I was going to do an interview with a young lady, and she went somewhere else, and I think there was a couple of other engagements. I think as a Miss Indiana, she wouldn't have done that. She would have been there for the people. She would not have, rerouted something for, she always has displayed a cheerful, friendly personality. Never have I seen any type of an ego or a spoiled nature. If she's in a bad mood, she doesn't take it out on other people. She seems to be on an even keel, and I mean just making the appearances with people. On a serious level, I know I say she's a ham and she would have done well at community theater. I'm sure she's an excellent teacher. I've never seen her in the classroom, but I probably mentioned this to Kelly once before. I think that she would have done well or could do well as a counselor or a therapist because she has that relaxing, soothing personality, and I think she could just, yes, she could do that. And if I ever was upset about something and she would ever have like 10 minutes to talk to me, I would have no reservations with going to her, and she would take the time to do that. But she embraces people as their friend, and like I said, she never wanted anything in return, and just as a Miss Indiana person, a contestant, she could sit down for 15 minutes and do a serious interview, then we could break and she could get in a baton costume and clown around and fool around and just have all types of fun. And it's just so great that we've been able to stay in touch, and I'm not done with her yet. She knows, like anybody else who's done a few shows with me, that I'll probably give a call in a year or so, or say, hey, if you're in town, we want to put you on camera, or we want to have her do something. And again, she showed a lot of trust in me, and coming and just continuing to work with me, and it was really very impressive to have her on. And she is probably among my top 10 favorite guests and people to have on a program. And it was just great having her on. Again, she's going to be hanging around a little bit longer. I'm not going to let 700 miles stop me. No. She'll come back up for a visit, and we'll get her on at some point in time.
Thank you. You say such nice things. I guess I'll have to get my checkbook out later.
Well, I want to give a big thank you to Kelly Lawson for stopping by and visiting, and to Cindy Taylor for giving us some of those questions and finding out about just what we did all these times. And I'm going to go out and do a little bit of time twirling, so come and join me. Thank you for watching.